Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am very well. It's so
Yeah.
nice to see someone from Vietnam.
Yes, I'm from Vietnam. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Doug. I am from the United States. I live in Tennessee, the state of Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how is everything with you today?
How's everything with me today?
Hmm.
Oh, let me say. I think everything's going on great with me today. Yes.
Good, good. Yeah, I know it's late. It's what, 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. there? Around 2:30.
No, it's 1 a.m. here.
I'm, I'm way off. I'm sorry. It's 2:22 p.m. here.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to come and visit your part of the world. I want to come to Thailand, and I want to live in Thailand, but I want to visit Vietnam and Laos and Cambodia. I want to see it
Yes.
all.
Yes.
Want to see it
most of
all.
uh, most of the most of foreign tourists when they come to Thailand, they always visit Vietnam and Cambodia or
Yeah.
Laos. You know.
Yeah, I would sincerely like to. I would like to come and live, for a couple of years. Um, and just because I've always had such a love for Southeast Asia, and
Yes.
I really want to. I want to experience it. I want to experience the food and the culture, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
all of it.
Because of pandemic, so maybe you could not go to the South Asia.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I'm waiting for the pandemic to end, and my background, my degrees are in anthropology and sociology, so I really do love learning about cultures and experience.
Yes.
I want to immerse myself. So,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, you have hobbies. You have the same hobbies with me. Yes,
yeah.
I really every night discovering about cultures, cuisine, different culture
Hmm.
and cuisine about many
Yeah, same here. It's like I will talk to my students, and I'll end up getting recipes.
recipe. Wow.
Yeah,
So
I have.
maybe you really like cooking.
Yeah, I love to cook. I
Yes.
love to cook.
What kind of food? What kind of food do you usually
Um,
cook?
well, I cook a variety of things. It's like
Yes.
now last
Right.
night we just had leftovers, but the other night I made Greek.
Greek.
Um, yes, I made souvlaki and roasted
Okay.
potatoes. I make a lot of I love Thai foods.
Thai
Well,
food.
I like curries. I like oh gosh, like a coconut soup. I love that.
Coconut. Yes.
Hmm. Um, yeah, I like a wide variety. I will cook Italian. I'm really good at cooking Italian food.
Yes. Yes.
Um, I like cooking. I know this sounds odd, but one of the reasons I like cooking Thai food
Yes.
is it's complicated. I I I prepare
Complicated.
everything.
Yes.
I have my I have everything. I do all this
Yes.
preparation and
Actually, I want to tell you the true stories that the beach in Thailand is not beautiful as the beach in Vietnam just because
yeah,
there is advertising more than Vietnam.
yeah. Well, now I want to. Of course, I can't talk about anything in Southeast Asia without talking about pho.
Well, yes.
Oh
You know,
yes,
have we ever tried to eat first in America?
yeah. We've been kind of lucky with one thing. I've traveled the entire United States, so I've been
Yes,
to different communities all over the United States, and in California.
yes,
Well, actually, in South Texas, there's a very large Vietnamese population
that's
and
right.
some very, very good Vietnamese restaurants.
Yes,
If you know where to look. We have here, I live in Kingsport, Tennessee, we are in the mountains of East Tennessee, and we have a small
yes,
Vietnamese restaurant that is opened in Johnson City, Tennessee,
yes,
that serves, his pho is amazing.
yes,
And it's an elderly gentleman that owns it, and he does it by the book. He cooks that beef. He's got bones. He's got oxtails. I mean, he
Yes,
just
that's
makes
right.
this wonderful stock.
At first they going to take pea phones and then they steal pea phones and they
Yeah.
take the broth and they put rice noodles and
Mhm.
beef and spring onions. But that is the main materials. You know,
Yeah.
in every restaurant they has they have personal recipe
Yeah.
person. Yeah,
And then you said that, and it's interesting. There was a show on Netflix
yes,
which was all about street food. And
yes,
one of the things that I found remarkable that just was amazing to me is there are businesses who are early in the morning cooking beef stock, and they cook beef stock
big
all
stuff.
the time,
Yes,
and then they take it to all the restaurants,
yes,
in their area. So I was like, wow, that, I mean, that is a business person, you
yes,
know that their specialty is just making stock and getting it out. And then I
yes,
saw there's another business. All they do is make curry
yes.
stock, making curry
Curry
paste and
stock.
take it
Yes,
to, taking it to all the businesses for restaurants. I
yes.
thought it was wonderful. And that was in Vietnam. That was, that was I think it was in Ho Chi Minh City, but maybe I'm wrong. I think it was in Vietnam.
Yes, but you know,
Anyway, I
the
thought it was brilliant.
first in America that Vietnamese made it. Vietnamese or that's original Vietnamese made it is not good.
Hmm.
Is not taste good like traditional fast in
Uh,
Vietnam
I agree.
in Hanoi.
Uh, Sadly, a lot of restaurants here
Yes,
they'll use pre-canned or boxes of beef stock. They won't make it themselves, and it's
yes,
different if it's cooked the traditional way.
yes.
I've seen them put flank steaks and oxtails and bone. Get it from the
Bone.
butcher
Yes,
shop. They got all kinds of things, and cook it for days.
yes.
Cook it for
What
like
is
3 days.
what is common meal in your country? Common
Oh, and
meal.
here, ooh,
Yes,
it
in
depends on
America.
the region. I live in the South. And in the South, we eat a lot of, well, to be perfectly honest, fried chicken is number one. Fried
Chicken,
chicken
fried
is
chicken.
king here.
What
Um,
chicken?
I usually
What
just fried, deep
fried
fried.
chicken? Fried chicken. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Um,
the chicken in your country, in your place, they raise they going to break chicken in the cage or to chicken run around the place, the area.
uh, oh, they all come from like a big, one of these gigantic poultry farms, big poultry producers. Is that what you're asking? Is where does the chicken come from?
What
I may have, I may have
I
I think I misunderstood you. I'm so sorry.
asked, yes, I going to say that the chicken in your place that they are going to raise chicken in the cage, cage.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yes,
there.
or
You
let
can.
chicken run around the place.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can find, the what they call free range chicken, that's raised. It's not in a little cage, but most of it. I mean, like we have these gigantic. Well, I have a cousin that lives in another state, and
Yes,
her husband have a chicken farm, and they
yes,
have these three gigantic the aircraft hangars that are gigantic,
yes,
with 60,000 chickens in each one.
yes,
And for 1 year, all they do is harvest eggs, eggs, eggs. At the end of the year, one of the big companies is Purdue. Purdue
yes,
will pull in and hauls chickens to the meat plant. The plant.
yes.
Yeah, so it's a big
In
process.
Vietnam,
Yeah.
the industries or companies when they raise chicken, they usually raise in the cage. But in my countryside, uh, my families or others families, they always raise chicken and they let chicken run
Yeah.
around the garden.
Oh, that's what I grew up with. I grew up with that because the chickens, oh, they'll get the bugs off the tomatoes. Well,
Yes,
sometimes they'll peck the holes in tomatoes, but they keep the bugs out of the garden. Yeah, I grew up with chickens and cows and pigs, and I grew up on a farm, so I grew up farming. But for me, it's like
I know that USA is well known for fast food. But
yes.
what do you think about fast food, and do you often try it?
Well, unfortunately, Americans, we eat a lot of fast food. But during the since the pandemic, though, we cook more at home. We
Yes,
still eat some fast food, but now when I was traveling the United States, I would travel everywhere. I tried not to eat at big chains. Whenever I went to a new town, a new city,
yes,
we would always try to, well, just to make it more exciting, we would always look for little family owned restaurants, locally owned restaurants.
yes,
We'd have some fast food, but sometimes it would be like from a little local, we call them the greasy spoon, a little local
yes. Low
mom
cost
and
food.
dad place. Yeah. So I got to experience some amazing food all across this country. Oh, I get goosebumps. I get
You
goosebumps.
guess what? You get what?
Well, we call it getting goosebumps when the hair stands up.
Ah, yes, but they have
It was so
straight.
exciting.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
it's so exciting. It was so exciting because I met some incredible people. I've ate at some of the best little restaurants out in the middle of nowhere. It's like
yes,
somebody say, "Where's your favorite Chinese restaurant?" Oh, well, give me a second. It's outside Nashville, Tennessee. Where's your
yes,
favorite Indian restaurant? Oh, that would be over in Richmond, Kentucky. Where's your favorite Vietnamese restaurant? Well, there's two actually, one in San Diego and one down in Houston, Texas. So I met all these people. I get so excited because I met people from everywhere and I
yes.
loved it. It was wonderful.
Chinese restaurants often offers the spicy food, and
Yes.
because Chinese people like eating spicy food.
Well,
Yes,
so do Thai. Well, I shouldn't say all Thai because a lot of time there's Thai people who don't like it spicy, but
yes,
I know that all of my friends that live here, I have friends that live here that are Thai. They love spicy. They brother and sister when they're cooking, they will try to see who can set the other one on fire.
yes,
They love spicy food. And when I cook Thai, my Thai is typically really spicy.
yes,
I actually grew my own peppers this year. These wonderful little tiny little red peppers that are
yes.
wonderful
Pepper.
flavor, but oh, they're wonderful, but they'll burn you. They're so
Burn
hot.
you, burn you,
Yeah.
burn you. Wow.
Oh, Leo, I know we don't.
Do you have a healthy diet?
No. I'm a
Uh,
big.
Me too.
I
Me
mean,
too.
look at this.
As
I'm
I
sitting here with eating cookies.
Yes, as I eat uh I eat everything I want, and I don't go to a diet like other
Well,
people.
I try because I have this problem. I'm a
Yes,
diabetic, and I'm not supposed to eat sugar and all. But I'm sitting here right now. I mean, these are wonderful. They're little peanut wafers. They're so good.
yes,
They're yeah, and those are imported. I think they're from China.
yes.
But
China. Yes.
yeah, those little wonderful wafers, little sugar wafers.
People in my country, they have a sentence to talk about China.
Hmm.
Cheaper could be cheaper.
Leo, I want to come to visit your family, your country and city. I would love
Yes.
to come one day. And my intention is, like I said, by this time next year, we're going. Hopefully,
But
I
I
want to
think
be
that
living in.
everyone, yes, I think that everyone should go to different country.
I really
You
want to.
should learn learn some words, learn some words in that country. Yes,
Yeah, I'm learning the language. I'm learning to speak Thai, and I'm hopefully it's going to be able to translate. As I learn to speak Thai, I know there's a lot of similarities with Laotian and Burmese and Vietnamese. There's
yes,
some what we call switchovers, but I know in Vietnam you have a larger population there that speaks English than
yes,
Thailand. Only like 10%. It's like less than 10% of the population speak English, which is fine with me.
yes,
I've already said I don't care if I'm there, if I never speak English again. That's great. I'm gonna immerse myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got just 12 seconds left. Leo, it has been so good to meet you,
Yes.
and I really
I,
hope we
I,
meet again.
I have a lovely time with you today,
Same
and
here.
it's really good to share about foods and restaurants